It's interesting. I started writing short stories when I was in third grade.
Yeah.
So I was reading books earlier than that, but I was writing short stories in third grade. I have no idea what those stories were about. I don't remember them. My mom didn't keep them, so I don't know what they're about. But I do remember in high school writing science fiction things, and a lot of short stories in science fiction. I had poetry published in high school. I was writing songs that I thought were good, and later when I was ringing around with the musicians, found out they weren't. It's amazing. I play guitar until I get around professional guitarists, and then I don't even tell them I play guitar. There are things that you do for entertainment and things that you do for real.
Yeah.
and where your talent levels lie. But I was always a storyteller. And people ask me all the time, why do you do this? And I think the answer, I had 3 grandparents who were incredible storytellers. You would sit on the front porch with Grandma Collins or my grandfather and grandmother Shell. And they made little pieces of life come to life. They told elements of their own personal experiences in such a way that you were there.
Yeah.
And as a kid, the other grandkids didn't pay much attention to it, but as a kid, I was fascinated. I couldn't wait to go fishing with my grandfather, not because I enjoyed fishing, because I knew he was going to tell me some stories I'd never heard before.
Yeah.
And so I kept asking them for more stories. And there's no doubt that what I do to this day is the same thing my grandparents do, except I'm not doing it on the front porch.
Yeah.
And I'm using written words rather than oral storytelling like they did. And so I am very much my grandparents' grandchild.
Yeah.
And they are still affecting my lives today because they spent the time telling me stories. Now, that's how it impacted my life. But here is the other impact of that. If you were fortunate enough to have grandparents who actually spent time with you, cared about you, accepted you in the time frame you were in, which, by the way, all of my grandparents did.
That's awesome.
They didn't try to make me in their time frame. You got to know what was stylish in my time frame, what music I was listening to, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
If you're fortunate enough to have grandparents like that, they probably shape your life more than your parents do.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because the parents have to be disciplinarians. A parenting role is a lousy role.
Yeah.
Nobody should want it. But a grandparent role gives you an opportunity to be a cheerleader. And to actually, rather than knocking your grandkids down to a level where they will, okay, here's how you do it. Be humble, do all this. The grandparents are making you feel great about yourself.
Yeah.
And so that was the other thing I think I was fortunate enough to have, was grandparents who honestly believed that I could do anything that I set my mind to.
That's awesome.
And 2 of my grandparents lived long enough for me to be a best-selling author. And I wrote them letters telling them, I'm only in this career because you told me a story. We need people who will share with us and share their experiences with us in such a way that those experiences come to life, because it will influence and impact our own life.